Good morning, Year 8. I hope everybody is well and that you've had a good week so far. This lesson you're going to be moving on from the exquisite drawing into designing your own mythical creatures using biro and mark making as a focus for today's lesson. So I just wanted to reflect on some of the work that was produced last week. There's some fantastic outcomes from the exquisite drawing task, and I hope that you all enjoyed this task. I can see some really great efforts put in. Please make sure that you did tonally shade your drawing like these ones. Some incredible inventions, and hopefully this has given you some ideas for the project going forward. So those are some great examples there. Some more here. This was one of my favourites. Really loved the way that the animals fitted together, and it was really inventive and creative. Be mindful if yours wasn't here, it doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't good. There were some fantastic outcomes. Please make sure that you are spending the allocated time on the tasks. There were some people that had done it really small. This should be filled across an A4 page, this task. So please just make sure you are listening to clear instructions on that. But these ones were fantastic. Okay, I do want you to do the connect for today. So you can put down the title and date, and I want you to answer these questions. So the exquisite drawing game is, it was created by, so who was it created by, and the purpose of the game is, and just pop those in your book under the title of connect. What you're going to be doing then is you're going to start your demonstrate by analysing an image. So like I said, today we're going to be looking in more detail at biro drawing and using different techniques with biro. We haven't done much analysis throughout this term, but I would like to see that you are understanding artworks. It is important to understand the artwork of others to be able to develop your own skills. Not only that, to be able to talk about art carefully and to identify key features in pieces to improve your own work. So you need to answer these questions under the title of analysis task. So what mood and emotion does the artwork create? You can discuss the colours, atmosphere as well. What techniques have been used in the artwork? You know, what materials have they used? What textures have been created? So if you look closely, you can see textures on throughout the entire piece. On the head of the dragon mythical creature, you can see some really nice texture that's built up in almost like a bubble form. Do you like or dislike it, and why? There's no right or wrong answer with that one. I just want to know your opinions on it, what you think of it. Okay, main task then. So the activate today is you are going to be having a go at creating, at creating your own piece using some different mark making and biro as a medium. Now, some of you are very familiar with biro. You've used it in your drawings before. Some of you may not have used too much biro. So biro, key fact, was created by a Hungarian journalist called László Biro, funny enough. So he invented the first ballpoint pen. And he noticed that the ink in the newspaper, so it dried really quickly, leaving the paper smudge free. So he wanted to create a pen that did the same thing, same type of ink. But the thicker ink wouldn't flow from a regular pen nib. So that was where he created the biro, by changing the nib of the pen. So you've got some mark making techniques here. You've done a bit of mark making in previous tasks that we've done. We've looked at cross hatching, stippling, different line making. So I want you to have a go at some techniques using the biro. As you can see, if you look closely on the middle ones here, the more you overlap with biro, the darker it comes out. If you press harder, it comes out a lot darker and almost solid. If you press lighter, it will come out almost like a pencil, lighter again. So I want you to create your own biro mark making techniques by studying these today. You can create whatever ones you want. It could be something on here, it could be something different. It is up to you. I'm giving you some creative freedom. Then what you're going to do is you're going to have a go at drawing your exquisite animal from last week in more detail using biro. This shows development in technique and in materials, and it also shows you improving your skills by drawing something similar again. So this is the image that you analysed. These series of images are incredible examples of successful Biro mark making. You can see the images are built up of light and dark tones, and they are very, very detailed. Biro is a great tool to work with to create realistic details, and it takes a long time to use. Biro needs to be built up slowly. So for this task, I'm going to give you 2 lessons to complete all of the activities. So the connect, the analysis, the Biro grid, which I'll show you in a minute, and then your final drawing, because I want them to be done in incredible detail. These would have taken hours to produce, and I want you to be able to create something similar. So the expectations then is to create over 2 lessons, over 2 weeks, some incredibly detailed Biro drawings of your exquisite drawing that you did. Okay, so this is how I want it to look. Date and title and book are on A4 page. You can answer the connect question, then do the demonstrate, Biro mark making, and you can use my examples that are on the PowerPoint, or you can use some of your own. The reason I'm getting you to do this is it's really good to practice the technique before you go straight ahead into your drawing. So you can see I've created some circle motions with my Biro, and I'm building them up to practice using the Biro. I've then done some quick lines, which I might build up in more detail to create a darker effect, like so. It might be that you want to create an extra box on the end here and just practice getting the gradient of colour right. So, like with a pencil, you'd press really softly, and then to make it darker, you'd start pressing harder and harder, like so. The Biro isn't as soft as a pencil, it's a lot harder, so you need to go back over the lines. This is why it takes a bit longer, but the effect that you can create in the end is really successful. So still try to get that balance of light going into dark, and you can see almost like the tonal shading grid from the light to dark. So it is all about pen pressure, and then you can create some other techniques. So I would like to see a practice extra box, practicing light by pressing soft, and then getting darker and darker and darker and darker by overlayering and pressing a lot harder with your Biro. This might hurt your hand a little bit, so do take a break if you need to when you're doing the Biro task. Then you need to do a box at the bottom. I've done a really, really rough sketch of a bird-like mythical creature that I'm going to draw. I've not added any detail yet. I've just done a really, really quick outline, and the idea is the detail will come as I produce my drawing. So you should look at a picture of an animal. I'm going to look at one of the ones I've put on here. So I'm going to focus on using some of this one for ideas. And if we look closely at this one, you can see they've got really, really dark outside and then lots of careful light details. So I'm just going to show you me shading in one section so you do realise how long it actually takes. So I'm going to start with the beak here. Now, if I look at a picture of an actual bird, you'll see that on any animal, they have a lot of texture. So particularly in the beak, there's lots of lines. So I'm just going to think about my mark making, and I'm going to start by adding a cross-hatching technique onto the beak of my bird. Really, really building up my lines delicately. Like I said, this is going to take you some time to do efficiently and correctly. So I'm going to give you the 2 lessons to do this. I do want a progress photo today, so you need to send me your work half finished, your page half finished at the end of the lesson, and then you'll continue at next lesson. But it will take you a lot of care, and you should be working from an image or a drawing to do that. So you can see there I've just built up the crosshatch effect, and I'm pressing lighter on my pencil, and I'm blending out carefully and softly my colours, my Biro, like so. So it's all about shading and using these mark making techniques to be able to create a realistic effect. This is something that a lot of you need to work on, is slowing it down with your work and really, really taking the time and looking at the thing that you're drawing. Some people rush through. You can see this has taken me an awfully long time and I've just built up one layer. Enjoy it. It should be relaxing. This is why I'm giving you 2 weeks to do this task. Because it should be done bit by bit, section by section. You know, start off with one section of whatever you're going to draw. Build it up. Just focus on one section at a time. You'll find it a lot easier. Hopefully that is clear on what I expect you to do today. Connect, question, analysis task, biro mark making grid with several boxes, and then start your drawing. So I want to see at least the outline and at least half of this done today. Hopefully that is clear, Year 8, and I look forward to seeing your halfway through outcomes sent to me by 4 o'clock today. Take care, have a great week. Thanks, bye.